Hey everybody, Max coming here. It's Little Cute Podcast. It's not too long. Oh, how you guys doing? Did you miss me yesterday? I didn't make a podcast yesterday. Sorry about that. Sorry, but I know you were probably looking forward to it. You know, you probably wake up every day. You're like, oh my god, oh, I'm so excited. Can't wait for the new Little Cutie podcast. And then you look at your podcast app and you're like, where's is it up? Where's the new app? And then there's no new episode. And it's like, there's no. Where's the? Oh well, I guess I'll just listen to Joe Rogan. You know, so yeah, I was just pretty tired yesterday. There was actually a couple open mics I didn't even go to, And one of the American Comedy Club. That's kind of the only one I really wanted to go to because you actually have an audience there. But I was just like real tired. It was like 6 o'clock and I was sitting in my room and I was just like, oh God, I gotta get, I gotta drive over. I said, I kind of just want to take a little nappy wappy right now, I think that's a big problem I have, is if I'm not in the mood or if I'm sleepy or something, I don't feel like performing. And, even when I do go make myself perform when I don't want to, the performance always sucks. So that's something I want to get better at is being able to perform no matter what, no matter how I'm feeling. I mean, if you're a professional, you book some tours or whatever, you sell out the fucking Madison Square Garden, but then you get a little cold or something the day before. What, you gonna cancel it? No, you gotta get in there. You gotta get in there with your runny nose and fucking deliver, man. You gotta stand and deliver. Like that movie where the kids cheated on their calculus test. Stand and deliver. Yeah, so that's something I wish I could do, or I'm not sure if you can train. I mean, I guess if you get your act down so well that it's just you don't even think about it, then maybe you can reach that point. But I don't know. It's just God, I need to get like a sleep study. I need something. I need to figure out why the hell I can't ever sleep. My entire goddamn life. Just can't really sleep so well. I don't know what the dealio is, but anyway, yeah. So I was tired yesterday because, I woke up a little earlier than normal. I set the alarm there because I was substituting for this girl's class, and there's two classes I substituted for. The first class, it's an hour and 15 minutes, or both of them are an hour and 15 minutes. The first class, I get there, and the whole class is just they just read books. Right? Like, I get there and I'm like, okay, everybody, ready to read your books? Okay, let's start reading. And then they read for an hour, and then the last 15 minutes, they write a little reflection in their notebook. And I don't do shit. I just sit there. I started reading too, There was some extra books around. I was just like, well, goddamn it, I don't have anything to do. I'm just going to start reading too. And, I didn't really realize that could be a class that students, they pay money for this, right? They're basically paying $100 per class, right? So all these students, they paid $100 to sit in a room and read by themselves. Oh boy, and then the next class we watched The Social Network, the Facebook movie with Mark Zuckerberg, and that one was a little more I would say academic or whatever, because we just watched like the same scene over and over and like did some listening practice and like talked about the vocabulary and did some comprehension questions. But still, that's something that the students can do on their own. See, here I'm going to teach you guys. I'm going to teach you guys about studying languages. Okay, and so this is kind of my own. Well, this isn't really my own theory. This is all the theories of language acquisition. If you study them all, you have to come to this conclusion, right? And it's basically there's three things you got to do. You got to study, you got to practice, and you got to repeat, right? And if you do those three things, you can learn anything, right? Basically, learning languages is just the act of memorization, right? So if you want to memorize stuff, you got to study it, practice it, and then repeat, right? And so studying requires no one else, right? Studying you can do on your own, right? That's reading a book looking up words, right? Just like this, what this class was basically study hall, you know? And you don't need to go to any class to study. You just need information, right? And studying increases your knowledge, but it doesn't really increase your ability, right? That's why you need to practice, right? Practice increases your ability, but practicing requires someone else. You can't practice by yourself, unless you. If you're learning a language, you can sort of practice by yourself by talking to a mirror, right? You need output, but you don't get any feedback from that, right? So it's not optimal. And so basically, classroom time should be spent practicing, right? And even though these theories have been known for a long time, and they haven't made their way into the school system, right? I mean, how many of you go to a class and it's just a lecture, right? The lecture is just studying, right? It's not practicing, right? All that shit should be done at home, or you could watch a little YouTube lecture or something and then go to class and discuss it, right? This is the problem with fucking education in general, is that so many classrooms are spent studying instead of practicing. Like, no matter what you're doing. And instead what they should be doing is, the very first day is, you should teach people about the study, practice, repeat theory. Tell them they need to fucking study on their own, and we're going to spend all classroom time practicing. Okay? And that's how people actually get better at stuff. Oh, anyway, yeah, so this class is just like, all they're doing is, I didn't even realize, like they kind of give us free reign about what we can do in our classes, There's no real, I guess, standards, But I never imagined I could just make a class where people just fucking read. I don't want to call that teacher lazy that I'm subbing for, but goddamn. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I'm going to make a class, too, where we just watch movies. It'll be great. I don't have to do shit, It's like, okay, kids, we're watching Indiana Jones. How come Harrison Ford's face didn't melt off? You get 2 points anyway. I don't know. God, I'm thinking about a lot of stuff right now, because like, this job doesn't really pay any money, and I gotta decide my schedule for next quarter. How many hours, if I want to work mornings, afternoons, and which days. Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, or sorry, Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, or all of them. And I need this job for, like, the experience on my resume. Because when I apply to jobs, they just see, like, I don't have any university experience, so they're just like, oh, he must be a fucking moron, let's throw his in the trash. Yeah, God, I just applied to a job, like, on Sunday, or on Monday. On Monday, right? I applied for this job. For Japanese, and then on Tuesday they sent me a rejection letter. They sent me a rejection letter very next day, which is pretty rare. Like, usually they wait a month or so, and it just got me thinking. It's like, there's no fucking way anyone actually read my application. They just probably put it through a computer, and the computer saw that I don't have a degree in Japanese, and so they rejected me. And it's like for this entry level Japanese language class. And, I have one of the best-selling books on Amazon dealing with that, but I don't have the goddamn degree, but, fuck. But yeah, so anyway, the reason why I'm doing this job is just so I can get a better job, So I can pass the fucking automatic filter and all these goddamn university screening processes, Because the money's just terrible. I can make more money waiting tables, So I'm wondering, like, what I should put for my availability. If I should just work the full hours, or just do a couple days. I'm leaning towards just doing 2 days a week, because then that'll give me enough money to pay my rent, and it'll give me free time to actually work on my books, which make me money, It'll give me more free time to maybe I get a part-time job at one of these comedy clubs. That's another thing I kind of want to do. So I can get some stage time in front of real audiences, instead of just performing to the other comics there. Oh man, yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking about what I should do with my life here, you know. Oh, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I guess that's it for today. Oh man, 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes already. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening to this episode. Maybe not too much. Maybe not too funny this time, but you know, you learned a lot about language acquisition theory. Isn't that great? Thanks for listening. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.